Concacaf made a huge announcement this week that I think took not only me, but a lot of North American soccer fans completely by surprise. Starting in 2023, the Concacaf Champions League is getting a major reformat. The group stage is returning, the tournament is going from a spring-only tournament to a fall and spring tournament, and most notably, it is expanding from 16 to 50 teams. Yes, 50. In an attempt to elevate the level of competition in the region, Concacaf is fully reworking the Champions League and creating a completely new region-based group stage preliminary round. The region is being split into 3 zones: North America, consisting of Canada, the United States, and Mexico; Central America, and the Caribbean. Now, each one of these regions have a set number of teams going into the Champions League and a set number of teams going on to the round of 16. And the format is, hold on one second, I'm gonna need some materials to explain this. Okay, so how the format works is we have North America, Central America, and the Caribbean. North America and Central America both have 20 teams. The Caribbean has 10 teams qualifying for the group stage. North America, the teams qualify through the domestic leagues and the Leagues Cup. Central America, teams qualify through the Central American domestic leagues, and Concacaf is creating a new Central American Club Cup, which will essentially be what the Concacaf League is. The Concacaf League, obviously, this format is gone. So there's a new Central American tournament to determine some spots in the Champions League. And the Caribbean, same deal, domestic leagues, and they're calling it a new Caribbean Championship, but it's essentially a rejigged Caribbean Cup or something that's probably going to be more expansive and cover more countries in the Caribbean. So, in all 3 regions, groups of 5, and you play each team in your group once. So you play 2 games at home, 2 games away, not home and away series in the group stage. So in North America and Central America, you have 4 groups of 5, and in the Caribbean, you have 2 groups of 5. Now, for the round of 16, 11 teams from North America are going to qualify for round of 16, 4 teams from Central America are going to qualify for a round of 16, and 1 team from the Caribbean is going to qualify for the round of 16. So how that's going to work is in North America, the 2 top teams in each group are going to automatically qualify, and the 3 remaining spots are going to come from a play-in round that the format has yet to be determined, but they are going to come from teams of the remaining 12 teams that don't qualify immediately through the group stage. In Central America, the 4 group winners and 4 group runner-ups are each going to go to a play-in round where a group winner will play a group runner-up, and the 4 winners of the 4 home and away play-in rounds will advance to the round of 16. And in the Caribbean, the 2 group winners will go to a play-in, and the winner of that play-in will get the last spot in the round of 16. So that's how the teams in the round of 16 get determined, and then once we get to the round of 16, it's the same format that the Concacaf Champions League is now. Round of 16, quarterfinals, semifinals, all home and away 2-leg series, and then the finals is a single match game. And that is the new format for the Concacaf Champions League starting in 2023-2024. Honestly, holding this whiteboard explaining the format, I feel like the conspiracy meme guy, you know, I'm just like, it's all connected somehow. They're all connected. So now that we know what the format is, we have the important question of what does this mean for the teams in each region? Now, first off, I like that the Champions League is expanded, and I like that a lot of teams are now going to have a shot to play Champions League football. The regionality aspect of it, it makes sense. It's cheaper on travel, A, and B, you have like-leveled teams only playing other like-level teams. Like, you don't want all 50 teams to be in individual groups, and then you don't have a random team from like Haiti or Curacao going up against Tigres, LAFC, and Olympia in the group stage. That just wouldn't be fair to them. At least now every team has a shot to win games in their regions. It is unclear as of right now how all the spots are going to be allocated. Looking at Canada, we already know that we are going to get 3 spots in this Champions League, the Canadian Championship winner, and 2 spots to the CPL, which is huge for the Canadian Premier League. Also, very excitingly, for the first time ever, the Canadian MLS teams are going to be treated treated as MLS teams for qualification purposes to the Champions League. In the past, only American teams could qualify to the Champions League through MLS. So now if TFC Vancouver, Montreal win MLS Cup or the regular season, or however they're going to allocate all their spots, because if Canada only gets 3 spots, that means that MLS and Liga MX are going to have somewhere in the realm of 17 spots between the two of them. So if a Canadian team qualifies through MLS, they qualify to the Champions League, which means technically, best case scenario, there could be 6 Canadian teams in the Champions League if all 3 Canadian MLS teams qualify through MLS, and then 3 CPL teams go through the Canadian Championship and the 2 CPL spots. Now, that's the good news for Canada. The bad news for Canada is the Concacaf League was a very good competition for the CPL because the teams playing in Central American leagues are very similar in skill level to teams playing in the Canadian Premier League. The Canadian Premier League is not, by any stretch of the imagination, close to MLS or Liga MX in talent level. The salaries are much smaller and the level of play is much lower. So now we're looking at a situation where 2 CPL teams go into the Concacaf Champions League every year and are grouped together with 18 teams from Major League Soccer or Liga MX, and they're just going to get pummeled. And that's sad because it takes away the fun of the Concacaf League runs that Forge had these past 2 years, where they were in there playing against Taro, playing against Olympia, and they had a shot at winning. Now it's going to be going up against Tigres or Club America or LAFC or Atlanta United, and the CPL teams aren't going to win that. That's a very rough matchup for the CPL. And honestly, in terms of the first group stage, the league that I think got the shortest end of the stick for this first group stage is the CPL. Now, the trade-off for that is it is a lot easier to qualify and a lot more spots are up to grabs for the round of 16 through the North America group. 11 teams of 20 go through. So if a CPL team has a good run and finishes top 2 in the group or wins a play-in match, they're in. 55% of teams that are in the group stage in North America make it, as opposed to only 20% from Central America and 10% from the Caribbean. The other main disadvantage of this format is, again, because so many teams are going to be from MLS or Liga MX, you're going to have a lot of MLS team versus MLS team and Liga MX team versus Liga MX team matchups in the group stage especially. And when you're playing another team from your domestic league, especially in the group stage of your continental competition, it's just nothing really special. In fact, it has less meaning than a regular MLS or Liga MX game. And also with the Leagues Cup and then the group stage of the Concacaf Champions League, essentially Liga MX versus MLS team matchups are just going to become incredibly oversaturated in the next few years if you have Leagues Cup, Champions Cup, which I know is just one match, but it is a match, and Concacaf Champions League happening over and over and over again. And it's always the same Liga MX teams versus the same MLS teams. That has a chance to get pretty boring pretty fast. Central America and the Caribbean have a lot more countries in them, so there's going to be less cross-league play, more different leagues going into each of these tournaments. But again, with a Caribbean Cup and a Central American Cup, and then a Central America only group stage and a Caribbean only group stage, you are getting a little bit of oversaturation with those matches, but it should not be as bad as with Liga MX and MLS. It'll still be a little bit of oversaturation, but in the end, those 2 confederations have the same amount of spots in the round of 16 as they do now, so there's not any less opportunity for them to play Liga MX or MLS teams based off of the regionality of this format. They're essentially playing the same sort of matchups that they would have been playing anyways through the Concacaf League, and the Caribbean Cup already existed. So for those countries, nothing major really changes. There's just another level of more meaningful games between teams in the same region, which should be fun. It could have been interesting if there was potential for teams to play within regions in the group stage, but I know why Concacaf did it. It's a lot cheaper to travel closer around you. You don't want to have to spend money to have New England flying down to Panama regularly. It's easier to have them fly across country in the US or just pop down to Mexico. And in the end, the MLS versus Liga MX matchups are the biggest moneymakers for Concacaf, and that's the matchups that they want to have going more often. So that's my breakdown for the new Concacaf Champions League format starting in 2023-2024. Let me know down below in the comments what you think of this new format, and let me know how you would have remade the Concacaf Champions League to make it more exciting. So that does it for this video. If you liked it, hit like. If you want to see more of my stuff, hit subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Link is down below in the description. And one more thing that I forgot to shout out in the last video. If you've been following me on Twitter, you probably know that I, in the past year, made a Forge FC supporters group, a student supporters group for Hamilton's Forge FC. And recently, the great folks at Canucks Abroad, who run the CPL Discord, gave us our own channel in the CPL Discord. So if you want to join my supporters group and cheer on the Forge with me, and just to keep up to date with all stuff soccer in Canada, follow the Canadian Premier League Discord. The link will be down below in the description. It is the best place, in my opinion, to keep up to date with like-minded people and discuss with like-minded people about Canadian soccer. So check that out if you are interested. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, and I will see you next time.